Thanks you guys for coming through. I figured I'd go live just because I got, plenty, like everybody's tripping right now because of the Breonna Taylor case. I know like the city's going to burn tonight, and that's just sad. I don't want nobody to get hurt. That's sad, man. So I figured I'd come on here if anybody had questions, or wanted to talk about what happened and wanted clarifications. She died on March 13th. What, 6 months ago? Straight out of Aloha. Love that name. What a great name. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming through. I never did it from my laptop. Then I have all these angles. I don't know. Matt Kapu said, so in class we had to go through the steps leading to deadly force, and I feel it was right to shoot back. Yeah, I mean, we know from the facts of the case, Matt, that the officers had a note. The officers had a warrant, but it was a knock warrant. So they knocked on the door, announced themselves, and then made entry into the house, and then they received fire. Somebody started shooting at them. So they shot back, and then Breonna Taylor was shot. She was named on the warrant, and her house and her car were named in the warrant. So she was actually a target for them to like prosecute. They were looking for her. Selena, changing name. Well, I like that name, straight out of Aloha. Keep that one. Keep that one. Like and share. Thank you, Crystal. Clear Truth. Crystal, where you stay? Where you live? You live Central Oahu. You live what? Pearl City. I'm trying to guess. I never guessed earlier because Matt said he's from Kaneohe. Matt is on my TikTok feed right now. Oh, what's up, bro? Jamc always coming through from Lahaina. Ooh, Mililani checking in. Oh, how's those fires? Had fires up Makakilo, right? Everybody okay? Heard the fires were bad, Matt, so what class are you talking about? You learned about steps to deadly force. What's up, Janessa? Thanks for coming through. Whoa, that's a long one. Philly Prey Fugit Jr. Whoa. Philip Ray Fugit Jr. Welcome to the live, Philip. It's my first time going live on TikTok. Normally I go on YouTube, but I got I hit what 10,000 subs on TikTok, and so I'd never gone live, so I figured I'd start. Administration of Justices, is that a class? Because you're 20, so you in what, you college now? Where you go to college? Ooh, Crystal Clear Truth. Oh wow, I like that name too, Crystal Clear Truth. Where you live on Oahu? Oh, okay, I see. Mililani. Oh, Kim. What's up, sister? Thanks for coming through. Entity Ascended. Wow, that's a dope name. So in case you guys don't know, if I'm not talking to the people in the YouTube chat, it's because there's people on TikTok. And if I'm not talking to the people in the TikTok chat, it's because I got my YouTube open. Everyone says it wrong. So is it Fugit? I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm just being straight up. Maui Man 1969. What's up, Maui? Thank you, Kim. You know, I got another one today too. There was a girl that followed me on YouTube, and then she connected with me on Instagram. She stays in Michigan, guys. She lives in Michigan, only about 40 minutes away, and she's from Oahu. And her husband is Air Force, and he got stationed out here, so she moved out here with him. Sweet girl. And one of her aunties came down from Hawaii and wanted to cook them, like just came to visit, and they were cooking meals. And I commented on her story or something, like how Ono everything looked. She was making I think she had like a Portuguese sausage. She had like a package of redondos. And so I was like, you know, I'm so jealous. And she said, well, maybe we can make you something. My auntie goes to the airport and maybe we can drive by. And just today she dropped off her package on the porch. She said, Hui, check out your porch. And had a box. I never opened them yet because I'm going to do a video. It says, hold on, I'm on TikTok right now. Everyone says it wrong. Sorry if I said it wrong, Philip. Oh, you going to HCC? JP Saludes was the teacher. I'm getting my associate so I can get points to the test. They said, yeah, that works. You know, you get points. I think you get 2 or 4 points. It helps you with when you're going through the process. It helps you when you're testing or promoting. It's good stuff to have. Out of the Kailua station. Nice. That's District 4. Good guys in D4. So, Philip, is it Fugit? Is it a hard G? I mean, is it a long U? Aloha, Maui. Thanks for coming through. Where you live in Maui? Yeah, Entity. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Selena, you didn't miss anything yet. I had just gotten started. I came on here because I wanted to open this up for anybody that was wondering what's going on with Breonna Taylor. I just don't, before things get crazy and out of hand, I wanted to go on here so that some things could be said before whatever happens. I don't know what's going to happen tonight. It doesn't look good. And I'm praying that things don't go bad, but it doesn't look good right now. And we know what happened in Wisconsin and Kenosha and Chicago. And so I don't know what's going to happen tonight. So I just wanted to be out here so that if anybody had questions, want to know what's going on, we could talk about them. How bad you missed the island? About a Doug. Scott Northey. What's up, Scott? Yo, I miss it every day. I wish I was there every single day. Love Hawaii. Love Oahu. Love Big Island, though, too, you know. My favorite place in the world would be, if I had a choice to live, it would be Kamuela. Waimea. Deborah Johnson, checking in. Thanks, Deborah. Thanks for coming through. Always showing love, always showing support. Yeah, Kim, the love has been incredible. Everybody's, you know, just been great. I feel bad I can't get on as much as I want, but things are crazy at work. So I try to make videos when I can. I got the keiki running around. I'm trying to be a good dad, so. And then Kim sent me a care package. And I'm going to get that in a couple days. I'm excited. And, you know, sometimes from Hawaii, no joke. If I mail something on a Monday, it'll be in Hawaii on a Tuesday. I'm 4,400 miles away, and I'm not kidding. Ooh, lihing powder and nori and goodies. I cannot wait. You guys are the best. You guys are always the best. 10 new messages. Am I missing? Is it not launching? Oh, shoot. It said 10 new messages. My bad, guys. So Fugit. Makawao. Hey, Makawao. Love Makawao. Love Makawao. I have friends that live on the mountain. Dang, that was loud. I have friends that live on the mountain, and I love Maui. Maui's so great. Oh, you work security, Matt. Hotel Street. For what? Which bar? You probably know me then. Yeah, there's actually a YouTube channel. If you go check out the Honolulu Police YouTube channel, they say it's haunted. So Entity Ascended. So basically Entity Ascended asked, so I'm not too far out of the loop. What happened in this Breonna case? Breonna Taylor was a girl who was shot by police. And it was all over the news, and it's been a big case in Louisville, Kentucky. She died on March 3rd or March 13th. And the bottom line is this. The police had a knock warrant where they go on into her house and they knock on the door and they announce themselves. And then they bust in the door. And when they busted in the door, her boyfriend, I don't know if he was her boyfriend at the time because there was 2 guys involved. The officers started taking fire and they fired back, and she got shot 5 times. And so everybody's real upset about that. So it's really crazy right now. An officer just died tonight. Rest in peace. Breonna Taylor, rest in peace. Nobody should die. It's sad that anybody should die, but I'm just sad people are probably going to die tonight. More people are going to die tonight. And then, cha-cha. I'm going to have to get a P.O. box. Everybody's telling me to get a P.O. box, you know. I got a big list, cha-cha. Oh, I know. You know what? I guess Bubby's closed down. Somebody told me Bubby's closed. I used to love Bubby's. We went and got mochi. They sell mochi ice cream at Costco now. So I got them. Oh, you're at Gateway Plaza? I was always at Gateway Plaza, boo. I never saw nothing in the police station. I just saw a bunch of bad guys, you know. Makawao is so beautiful. Yeah, we're praying for your uncle, Cha-Cha. Oh, I know. Okay. To all my YouTube peeps. Let me see what we got here. Man, how are they going to postpone Mike Miskey trial? I know, it's crazy, right? You're right, Jam. You're right about that. An officer did get shot today, Scott. I don't know if he died yet. I think we're still waiting. Selena, I don't know. Mike Miskey never get life. He never get nothing yet. I know a fireside chat would be good. I'm going to set one up. Now that I got this up and running, I'll figure this out. Why won't people bring up drug war? Actually, I hear a lot about the drug war. I know, Team Lennon, I got to get a P.O. box. People telling me that, and I'm slipping. My bad. Not even far from the post office. It's like I could throw a baseball and hit the post office from here. Yeah, the drug war. Hey, the drug war is a big deal, you know. Actually, people on the BLM movement have a stronger argument for the drug war than they do for racism in the police department. I think the drug war is a big one. I think the drug war isn't as useful as they thought it was going to be. I know. Kim, my CPL just came in, so I'm carrying my pistol. Things are getting crazy out here. How's it? Back to blue. Breonna Taylor was not an innocent woman. The police are surveilling her for years. You're right, Spaceman. Spaceman driver. She was being surveilled for a long time. She might have been a sweet girl at some point. We all were, you know what I mean? But she was mixed up with some bad people. No doubt mistakes, I'm sure. And nobody wants anybody to die, but she was a suspect. They were watching her for a long time. And that warrant was for her house and her car, had her name on it. She wasn't just like a bystander. Scott on Kyle Rittenhouse. It's tricky, you know. It's tricky. I got to be honest, because I'm not happy with Kyle. I don't think he should have been out there. Like, when you're 17, you still, let's be honest, even the 17-year-old is going to think, you're going to agree with me. When you're 17, you're stupid. At this point, there's something in you, like, your brain hasn't, I was a dummy when I was 17. Your brain hasn't, you know, even finished forming yet. If you go down there with a AR-15, you're going to shoot somebody. I'm not out there with my AR-15. However, once he got attacked and dudes brought out guns, like, those were justified shoots. The problem is it's murky water, you know, because he was out there. Like, he was looking for trouble. And then people died. At the same time, you can't be pulling out guns on dudes. I don't even know why you'd pull out a gun on a dude with an AR who wasn't hurting anybody. Yeah, you guys right. 2 officers shot now? Oh. I guess 2 officers got shot, guys. That's horrible. Ooh, Komodo's Bakery. Christina, where does Nikki them live? In Maui. They're right by the strawberry farm. Maui, man, you know where the strawberry farm's at? And yes, the COVID-19 thing's getting crazy on Oahu. Maui, I did some crazy stuff when I was 17, you know what I mean? When you're 17, you're not thinking right. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, entity ascended. 2 officers shot. HK DAT 808. Thanks for checking in. Slack and Douglas, P.O. Box. I know, I'm sorry. My mom's all upset. Said I got to get a P.O. Box. No need a fireplace on the west side. Salute to the officers, present and past, and prayers to the future officers. Thank you, YAK. Such a sad thing that the cop and Breonna are both ruined. God bless. Batman, see, that's how people need to be talking. It's just sad for everybody. It's sad for everybody. DJ Quicksilver with a shout out to Kim. Anna 70. Coming through strong. How you doing? Man, Jam, it's tough right now. The cops don't know what to do out there. You got to pick your battles. Right? She didn't deserve to die. Who are we to judge and play God? You're right. She didn't deserve to die. But we don't know that. Like, technically, someone who points a gun at a policeman, technically, they don't deserve to die. But you also can't fault the police officer if he's taking fire. Bam, by all means necessary. If I partner with BLM Oakland 92 protest, they got the guns ready for November 4th. Yeah. BAMN. I'm going to look into that. I don't know anything about that. Hope everybody stays safe. Vince Ogawa. I don't know about the Mike Miskey case. You know, they went radio silent. All you can do is go check the court records. Radio silent. Oh, Kula. Maui. Maui man. There you go, Kula. Yep. They stay across the street from the strawberry farm in Kula. So they own Garden Isle Tours. You know that big tour company with the big tour buses? They own that. And she's a police officer. And great family. We stayed up there. Okay. Thank you, babe. Christina. That's my girl right there, guys, on the YouTube feed. I know the COVID stuff is getting crazy on Oahu. I feel so bad. Everybody's on lockdown. It's not like that here in Michigan, you know. Nobody wearing masks. Nobody getting COVID. In Detroit, they're getting COVID, but nobody's dying from it out here. You're getting a few, but Oahu gets some COVID deaths, like close to my friends. But it makes you wonder if the results hadn't really mean anything, if these results are so twisted, you know. I mean, I don't know either way. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. Yeah, thanks for coming, Anna. I'm glad you could join us. Hammer Antonio. Love the shirt. Safe state. Ohana over everything. OOE. Hashtag OOE. This was a gift from my homie Jensen. Changalangs. They live in Hawaii Kai right now. He's a fireman. He always sends me dope shirts. So, Big Beard, shift. On shift as we speak as a medic in Louisville. Life is interesting. No way, Big Beard. Dude, be safe. Thank you so much for coming through. Mad respect to you. Please be safe. Thank you for helping out, Big Beard. Man, I don't know if there's something, man. You're a hero, Big Beard, for doing that, for being a medic out there, especially in Louisville. Thank you for coming through. Kim, I don't know if she pointed the gun, but I can tell you when you bust into a house and you start taking fire, like think about it. Like a wall's not going to stop a bullet. So when they're taking fire, like it gets pretty crazy out there. So I really don't know if she pointed the gun. Joe Blow said, when do cops start shooting back? You're right. I mean, I'm worried that it starts happening soon because I think that people are getting sick of the riots and people dying, like innocent people dying, because no one's hearing your message anymore. So I'm worried about that, to be honest with you. I'm worried about that. At some point, this boils over, right? I didn't think it was going to get this big, to be honest. DJ Quicksilver, I'm positive that I haven't taken a COVID test. I hear you. I just talked to somebody who said that they got a positive COVID test, but they never take it. They canceled. Civil rights organization, BM, and I'm going to look into that, Deborah. Thanks for dropping that. Shoot me a message on Instagram or social, whatever, so I remember. Keep up your channel. Great content. My brother moved to Oahu 2008. Loves it out there. Much love from Vegas. YAK coming in from Vegas. Thanks for coming through. Man, you know, you guys got that Vegas. You got the UFC doing stuff out there. Too bad you can't go to any shows. Thank you for saying that, though, man. I'm going to keep up the content. I'm working on episode 3. I'm releasing a podcast where there's a guy who's currently in the process of HPD, and he wanted help. So I did a Zoom with him a few months ago where I kind of walked him through everything. And I'm not sure if he made it or not. I've reached out to him. I haven't heard anything, but I'm going to release that this week. Kim, Christina can see you. She's still on here, I'm sure. Kim says hi. My man. I know that tour. My family is the Akina tour bus. Oh, no way. So, I don't know if you know, but the owner of that tour company just died. He died in a car in a motorcycle accident, you know. Ray, his name was Ray. And he died. So sad. Ray Hutaf. Today, a Honolulu gun shooting. First time I'm hearing this. There's a shooting in Honolulu today. You know, Ray was a good dude. and his wife and his daughter. She's a police officer in Maui, and she was a great friend of mine, and she was in my detail, and we were super close. And it was sad that he died, but she's a police officer there in Maui. She's awesome. She's a haole girl, but she's Filipino Hawaiian. Super tiny. She's like 5'2". I'm sure you see her out there. Chad says, I remember my first time standing behind the officers when an officer dies on duty. It sucks, but you can feel the brotherhood. Chad, you went, oh yeah, that's right. Chad Bailey. Yeah, man. What was your first time, Chad? Who was the officer? Was Garrett Davis around Garrett Davis time? The link for the shirt. Oh, you know what? I don't know. If anybody knows the link to Ohana over everything. You know, I seen him on Instagram too, and he sent them to me. Also used to hammer the malasadas back in the day in K-Bay. Yes. Remember, I don't know if you watch episode 2 of the podcast, Big Beard, but you got to get the lihimui. If you go to Leonard's, you got to get the lihimui with custard. Batman, me too. I said that a few minutes ago. I think something bad's about to happen, and I hope I'm wrong. So Big Beard right now is a medic in Louisville, and he said there's 3 officers shot so far tonight. How sad. Right, but we also don't. You're right. If she wasn't shooting, if she wasn't shooting, then yes, you're right. You're absolutely right, Kim. It says unbound, one thought, one crowd. So I feel you, man. The death count is dirty. We have a good friend. My wife is an emergency room nurse, and her good doctor friend said that how they're counting COVID is crazy. Something about there being a difference between the mechanism of death and the cause of death, and people getting it confused. Yeah, Deborah, I've heard that a lot, you know. Oh, how come YouTube Shaka is down? You notice that? Like if they're gonna switch it up, they should go with the front Shaka. You know what I mean? Either do the regular Shaka or do a front Shaka. But you know how the bus drivers, when the bus drivers drive and they throw a Shaka on, they're just like, they never take their fingers off the steering wheel. Everett, man, thanks for coming through. Yeah, 3 officers died today, apparently. Yeah, Garrett Davis. So I was there, Chad. Garrett Davis died when I was in police academy. That was a sad one. And I worked with his classmates in my detail. Oh, your first day of work. So I was in police academy. So we started around the same time, Chad. So that must have been like late 2011. Unbound, one thought, one crowd. Thought the Breonna case was worse. Once again, blowing things out of proportion. That'll be the reason it boils over. I'm not sure it'll boil over. I'm worried about that, though. The media did sensationalize that case. And I understand the outrage because she's, you never want to see a young lady die. Especially one that was in like the police, recruits program and all that. But she was the complaint made against her was she was in all kinds of trouble, and they were going after her boyfriend, and he went and shot at the police officer during the raid. and she got shot. ER nurses. Are you an ER nurse? Straight out of Aloha. Sorry, it's Selena. I bet you Selena is a nurse. Big Beard, thanks for coming through, man. Be safe tonight, please. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Anna 70. She put the question mark. What happened? I missed something. Thank you, Kim. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Thanks for sending the goodies. Kim sent me a book. I know it's heartbreaking. Yeah, so Christina was a ER nurse for 10 years, but when we had babies, she decided to stay home. No way, you just got rid of the Officer Davis car. What did they do with them? Did they auction them? Okay, here we go. I'm on TikTok right now. I always wonder, can HPD pull over a city bus for speeding? Yes, can. Hey, we can pull over a city bus. And sometimes, no joke, this is a true story. Sometimes when I was in Chinatown, because the buses in Chinatown run on Hotel Street, but no cars are allowed on Hotel Street. It's just for bikes and buses and emergency vehicles, where sometimes had a guy running on foot through Chinatown. You can commandeer a city bus. So I can't tell you how many times we hopped on the bus and the bus took us where we had to go. It's a trip, especially if you got a hot call and it's down and you got like fourth watch officers who don't drive cars. They walk on foot with their hats on. Those guys will hop on the bus and go 10 blocks or whatever to get, if there's like a hot call, a big fight or whatever. Queens going crazy with the COVID-19. I wonder about Queens, I got a friend that works Queens West, but I wonder about the Queens Baratania on Alapai. I'm going to find out. I heard about the UTVs. I got a video of the guys riding those UTVs. They're doing training up at Kualoa Ranch, Chad. And also those new ATVs, the white ones, yeah? Chad, what kind of those? Are those Polaris or are they Honda? I like the Honda, the manual Hondas. Queens is going off, Kim says. So Alapai must be all jammed up. That's why, no joke, I used to go Straub. I never messed around with Queens because it took forever, because they have it's trauma over there, and they had the mental ward unit, and we had plenty of people in the mental unit. So I would just take my bodies, we call them bodies, but I would take my arrestees to Straub to get them checked out instead of Queens. Oh, you got Suzuki's, yes. Honda Matic. Yeah, so my favorite was the Honda manuals because you had that switch, you had that paddle to shift gears, and you could pick up quick. But the Polaris, those big thousands, like I think it was a 1200, a 1250 Polaris or whatever, those things were automatic, but they were super quick, but they were big. They were like the Sportsman. Kim, I think Kim left, Oh, there she is. I go to Castle. It's all family there, so, and I don't like Queens. Sad memories. Yeah, I feel you, Kim. Christina said she needs musubi. She needs poi donuts from Royal Bakery. I'm sure that's what she's talking about. And Hawaiian mangoes. We don't have Hawaiian mangoes out here. We got Mexican mangoes, and they're real stringy. The Hawaiian mangoes are perfect. This Maui Memorial Hospital is packed with guys with the COVID-19. Dang. Good one, 1119. What's up, good one? Thanks for coming through on TikTok. I appreciate you. Yeah, so I pulled up this case, in Breonna Taylor. And apparently the officers were plain clothes. She was 26 years old and she was the ER tech. And 3 plainclothes officers. See, the media reported that there was a no-knock search warrant, but that's not what it was. It was a knock search warrant. So it looks like, yeah, see? Oh, so they did not knock. They had a no-knock, but they actually knocked. They could have just busted him in, but they knocked. And they broke down the door. Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, fired 1 shot. He admitted to firing 1 shot. And a sergeant got hit in the leg. And then 3 officers started shooting. And Taylor was in the hallway. Apparently she ran into the hallway that they were shooting. We call that the fatal funnel because you cannot go anywhere. Like officers, when they make entry, they got to get through the doorway super fast because that's the fatal funnel. As long as you're there, all the bullets get funneled to that area and you cannot get out. So if an officer goes in and they're lined up, if they're stacked like 4 guys, one in front of the other, and they go to walk to the room and the one guy stops and the rest of them run into him, they got nowhere to go. And now they're taking rounds, bam, 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 and they're stuck. They can't go anywhere. So they call that the fatal funnel. Apparently the door, there was a hallway behind the door. And when they started shooting, Breonna Taylor had run into the hallway and she got shot 5 times. It's messed up because Kenneth Walker never got hit. He was the one that was firing. It's messed up. Boom. What's up, Boom? What's up, G? Thanks for coming through on TikTok. I appreciate you, man. Look at your TikTok blowing up. Everybody on TikTok, go follow my man right here. My name is Boom. Funny dude. Funny Filipino right there. And Matt Kapu, keep saying you joined. You must have got kicked off. Okay, on YouTube, Polaris and Can-Am make some crazy fast stuff. Really? Well, we had the Sportsman, so that's like that racing one. And they were quick. I got them to 52. I think 52 miles an hour. I think they maxed out. Ours maxed out. They had a restrictor on it, and we maxed out at 52, Scott. But I'm not going to lie. It's scary at 52, especially on the street because it goes like this on the street. It's not made for the street. And when we had hot calls and we had to get places like if we were at Alawana Beach Park and we had to get somewhere, we'd take the ATVs. And it's sketchy, 52. You're worried. One little weeble wobble and you're done. You're off the bike. But Chad's saying Polaris got too many problems. Chad actually fixes those things, Scott. The police ATVs. Yeah. So Batman, he clarified that. So Breonna's ex-boyfriend, they were after Breonna's ex-boyfriend. Here's the thing, though, Batman, is that her name was on the warrant, but they were looking for him. Her new boyfriend shot at police. He never got shot. She ended up getting shot. It wasn't all because of drugs. They had guns. They found a bunch of guns, stolen guns too, in that house. But they did find cocaine. Selena, I think, yeah, oh, he was dealing drugs. We know that. Yeah, I had a stolen gun, you know. Had multiple guns. One was stolen. Yeah, it says here that I'm on the website right now. Apparently there was multiple warrants being issued. And the warrant was issued, well, they made entry into the house at 12:40 a.m., so it was early, you know. Apparently they were both in bed. And then she got shot in the hallway. I think that one of the big problems is there's no body camera footage. Money Grip 22. Thanks for coming through, Money Grip. So we're basically talking about the Breonna Taylor stuff because I know it's going off right now in Louisville. So if you got questions or you got anything you can bring to the table, we are we're open to it. I'm live on TikTok and on YouTube right now. So I just want to say I appreciate everybody for coming through. Soldier Medic. What's up? Thanks for coming through, Soldier Medic. Lori Spotted Tail. Why can't people just wear a mask? Lower COVID so that people can go to work. Lori, you live in Hawaii. That's a dope name too, Lori Spotted Tail. So 3 officers so far have died, Soldier Medic, in Louisville because of the Breonna Taylor, the ruling on the officers for Breonna Taylor. Boogie Hara, what's up? Thanks for coming through. No, they weren't random. The city is like going crazy right now, Batman. It's basically a riot. I don't have the feed up right now on my computer because I'm here, but if I go to Yahoo, just go to Louisville. So far, it says 2 officers, but we got word from a medic in Louisville that he said there was 3. So, officer was shot at Brook Street and Broadway, but suspects are in custody right now. Mike K, 2017. What's up, Mike? So Matt Kapu said, what would you have done differently in that situation on the knock warrant? Listen, I wasn't there, so I can't really say, but I know how knock warrants work. I don't know if you guys remember in Hawaii. You remember when the Halava housing boys robbed those banks? They were robbing America's American savings banks. Anyway, when we found that suspect, I was there for the when we were looking for the suspect, and we had to kick in the door at the Halawa housing. The problem is you have that, what I was talking about, that fatal funnel. And so when we came through the door, had the guy with the shield first, came through the door, and then officers come in after him. You got to spread out. You got to get out of that hallway, but sometimes you cannot tell what's in the hallway or how much room you got. So when they came through the door, the dude started shooting, and they're stuck in that hallway. So most of the time you will shoot back at the threat. And how it works, if you have an active shooter, you're trained to go towards the shots. You never go towards the shots. You never go inside if there's no shots. Like once you go through, if there's no shots, you don't need to start clearing rooms. You don't have to. You don't have to rush. You can take your time. You can, what we call, slice the pie. You can clear all the rooms slowly. But as soon as you start taking shots, you got to go towards those shots because someone's getting hurt. Because they might not be shooting at you. They could be shooting at somebody in the house. So you never know the situation. I haven't seen the diagram of the house yet, but when you're taking shots, you got officers behind you. My issue is it was plainclothes officers. I'm not sure how that worked. You know what I mean? I'm really not sure how that worked. Chad Bailey, aloha Doug. Aloha, my friend. Randy Moss. 2 cops shot in Louisville already tonight. You're right. Yeah, I heard 3 as well, but 2 died. Keeves and trees. I'm assuming you're asking. Keeves and trees asked, "How is Hawaii doing this?" Now, you could mean one of 2 things. You could mean, how is Hawaii during COVID, or you could be talking about like this Breonna Taylor stuff. It's all good in Hawaii. It's not like what you think. Well, first of all, Keeves and trees, have you been to Hawaii? Have you ever been? Because Hawaii is a different place. It might as well be a different country. Should be a different country, if you ask me. Should be its own nation. Hawaii, I'm not in Hawaii, so I really can't answer that with 100% accuracy, but I talk to friends every day. Hawaii's real messed up right now because of COVID. Everybody's on lockdown. Everybody's frustrated. Businesses are closing. Long time, like, pillars of the community, family restaurants are shutting down. Like, everybody's hurting. Nobody's getting money. So they're in a bad spot. But with the police brutality stuff, it's not the same. There's the BLM stuff. Sure, they have some like protests, because there's always some protests out there. But the people of Hawaii, they're the best. They don't get crazy like that. They have this respect. When they have some things that they want to get off their chest, they want to talk about, it's in their culture to meet up and to discuss it, to work it out, to loan me the situation. And that's what they do. So they don't get out, they don't get crazy. Actually, once, I don't know who remembers, maybe 2015, 2000, something like that. Actually, Ferguson, I think after Ferguson happened, do you guys remember when the guys came down from BLM and tried to do a sit-in at the Christmas parade? Was anybody there? And they laid down in the street and tried to block the Christmas parade. And the local boys was not happy. The local families that drove an hour, 2 hours from Makaha, Waianae, Nanakuli, Eva Beach, Makakilo. They spent all afternoon driving out there for this Christmas parade to walk by the Shakasana. And then these guys sit down in front of the parade, and they almost got worked. It was crazy. So they came out here to get mad at the police, and we end up escorting them to their cars safely, because had local brought us like throwing stuff and telling them, go home, don't bring that to our island, that's not how we work. You know what I mean? You're not even from here. Why are you out here protesting? Like, it got pretty nuts. God, I love Hawaii. They just take care of their islands, man. Scott said, laugh out loud, man. I know I'm a Honda guy. 52 miles an hour in pavement, off-road tires, pretty gnarly. It's pretty scary, Scott. Thanks for coming through, though, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. Aloha, my friend. Thanks for coming through. Soldier Medic, I'm not on Oahu. I am in Michigan. Kim said, much respect for the good popos. Yes, yes, ma'am. Been a while, but graduated from Lelehua. No way. Where are you at now? Keeps and Trees. Went to Lelehua. When did you grad Lelehua? Yeah, different world, Scott. Yeah, Hawaii's got its own stuff to deal with for sure. That might be part of the reason as well. Selena's right. Don't go to Hawaii and bring that. They're trying to deal with their own stuff right now. Hawaii does stay with you even after you leave. Never leaves. Hawaii never leaves you. He says, hail to Lelehua. Tornillo. Southern Florida. Back in 2014. Good for you. Got off the rock. Bet you're going to be back, though. I mean, you in Miami, I'm guessing, right? I have Aliamanu. Anarissa. You live Aliamanu. So that's the military housing, yeah? Over there. Or you just live near Aliamanu? I tried to live Aliamanu, you know. Nordine, 1, 2, 3. You know what's crazy about the names when you put them together like that? You can never tell where the accent is. You don't know where the word stops. Sorry, so I got TikTok and YouTube going, so I'm trying to stay connected. Wait, what? Nordine, 1, 2, 3. What does that mean? What does your name mean? Cubes and Tree says West Palm Beach, Miami is crazy lately. I don't dare go there. I don't blame you. Thank you, Torn. Thank you, Anna. So glad you came. Boogie Hara said, that's one thing about Hawaii. We never trash our islands with riots, looting. We respect everyone. That's the truth, man. Yeah, I notice the problems that people have in Hawaii, their biggest problems is when people disrespect Hawaii and its people. Think about right now, the biggest problems in Hawaii, like the things that people are addressing. I don't mean the biggest problems, but I mean the biggest problems in the news right now. They're dealing with COVID, right? So everybody's hating on Ige and what's his name? Caldwell. But it's because they feel like they're being disrespected and their freedoms are being taken away. They're mad about all the masks in the ocean. They're mad about businesses that are being torn down because of this. They're mad about their own things. They got organized crime stuff that everybody's worried about, tourism. So they got their own problems. It's about protecting Hawaii. When Hawaii rises up and stands up, man, that will be a sight to behold. Nordine said, I don't have a name. I don't know what I'm doing still up. I have to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to work. What time is it there? Because it's 11 p.m. here in the east and the Midwest. I'm curious what the gun laws are like over there in Hawaii or just Michigan. Oh, Keeps and Trees got his first pistol and CCW. So interesting with Florida, you know. So Hawaii is crazy. Hawaii is a may issue state, which means that they may issue concealed carry permits in Hawaii. But it's up to the police chief, which I don't think is necessarily right. It gives a lot of power to one man. I've been seeing more guns in Hawaii, and the bad guys aren't turning in their guns. So Hawaii's got a gun. There's a problem with the concealed carry license in Hawaii. I don't understand the may issue. It should either be a no issue state or a shall issue state. Michigan's a shall issue state, which means that you shall issue it. Unless you can find a reason why someone shouldn't have a gun, you have to give it to them. Which is why I have one now. It's been 2 years, but I just got mine this week. I'm doing a video about it. It's almost up. I'm about to release it. Congratulations, Keeps and Trees. I wonder what your class is like. I think I did a 9 or 10 hour class. It's just like it's not as bad as New York or Chicago, but basically the police chief hasn't issued a firearm permit in like years, decades. Thanks, Keeps. Yeah, man, I'm about to watch it. Go catch up with the podcasts. Rob Donaldson. Yeah, that's what we hear, man. We just had a dude on here, Rob, who is you can read through the comments, but he's a medic in Louisville. And he said 3 cops so far. He said it's getting crazy. He had to let us go. Oh, Keep. So if you got military training, can you do you bypass the process? Thank you, Rob. Oh yeah, it's about to be 11. Dang, you got to get up at 5. Nordine, you got to get some sleep. I don't want to keep you up, bro. Do what you got to do. Hawaiians are getting ready, so don't miss the sight. I won't miss it. But this is what I want, though. I don't want anybody getting hurt. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody getting hurt. Hawaii is only... See, the thing is, the paperwork was conditional. Hawaii, as I understand it, a provisional government was placed over Hawaii, and the paperwork stated it was until Hawaii had a sufficient enough government and had sufficient enough support to run its own country, and that was signed. So that's what's interesting. Is it was a temporary document. I mean, I bet you could do that in court. If the Hawaiian sovereignty movement would unite, they could do that. Unfortunately, got too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many guys saying, no, I'm supposed to be the king. I come from this royal bloodline. I come from that royal bloodline. Nobody can agree. And it seems like a power vacuum. Seems like everybody's rushing in. But if they could agree, especially right now, they could really make some things happen for Hawaii. I really believe that, you know. Oh, Keeps and Trees. Hey, thank you for your service, by the way. Lori Spotted Tail. Oh, because where did you say you were from? Lori Spotted Tail said we are allowed. Oh, Texas. Ooh, Texas. That's the Wild West. I love Texas. I cannot wait to go to Texas. I only been there once. I went to Dallas, but I can't wait to go to Texas. I want to see Austin. I want to go to Austin. I love people from Texas. You know, I lived in Alaska, Lori. And Alaska was open carry, no license needed. Think about how much balls you got to have to rob a store with a guy who's got a gun on his hip in the open. Never mind already. We need to cooperate with each other, period. We got to get along. We got to figure this out. I highly doubt Ballard would approve the CCW permit in Hawaii, especially with those 2 phone officers back in January. No, you're right. You're right. You're right about that. But here's the thing. I don't think any chief of police is going to come and change the policy. That's going to have to be a law. They're going to have to change that process. I just don't think you give that to the police chief, honestly. What video do you want to see, Keeps and Trees? If you haven't made some already, I'd love to see some vids about that. Vids about what? Rip to those 2 officers. Oh, I'd love to see the same praise for the police that the military get. You're right. You're right. Why? Whoa, here we go. TikTok. True that. Ole Leah, 808. That's why we don't have Hawaiian homes. Hawaii needs a state lottery. That chick Chrissy. What's up, chick Chrissy? What's up, Chrissy? Yeah, Maui. Yeah. There's a lot of money. Michigan's got a lottery. There's a lot of money in it. Maybe to cut down on the game room action. You guys get plenty of game rooms in Maui. Maui man, 1969 on TikTok said that he thinks Hawaii needs a state lottery. What you guys think about that? Bay Harbor Dream. What's up, Bay Harbor Dream? Thanks for coming through. Wow, Maui man said not really on the game rooms. Well, Oahu got so many game rooms. Hey, anybody on YouTube know the names of the game rooms? Do you guys remember Docs? Anybody on YouTube remember Docs, the game room on Kona Street? Vids about the power vacuum and the Hawaiian sovereignty movement. You're right. You know, I'm gonna do that. Would you know that one of the greatest people in my life, his name is Russell Stewart. He was my pastor in the church that you see me talking about in episode 2 of the podcast. He was the president of the nation of Hawaii. I don't want to get that wrong. It was one of the sovereignty. It might have been the Kingdom of Hawaii. Kingdom of Hawaii. And he's so amazing. And he's going to break it down. I asked him if he'd do a podcast with me. He said, yeah. So I'm going to ask him about all that and let him kind of break it down, because he feels, I remember him telling me once, he said, there's 3 things that you can do with your time. He spoke at a hearing for the nations and the kingdoms of Hawaii when they were trying to get together in Hui and trying to figure things out. He said, you can either waste time, you can spend time, or you can invest time. He said, and I'm not interested in wasting or spending time. I want to invest my time. But we all got to get together and we got to agree on some things so that Hawaii can get back on its feet. And he still believes they can do that. But he thinks it's the issues are within the Hawaiian communities, which is an interesting perspective, if they could just unite. Yeah, I'm going to definitely do the podcast about that. That's a good idea, Keebs. No, go Vegas. Oh, Joe Dirt. Thank you. Allah from Kailua. Love Kailua. Unbound, one thought, one crowd. I like the police and I can in a healthy manner because I know that there's a lot of government thugs infiltrated that I can only trust who shows me I can. It's a good way of looking at it. Lori Spotted Tail. We used to have that. 5 generations of officers. When my granddad passed, there were people standing in the streets for his funeral. Wow, that's a great story. What's the story behind your name? What is Spotted Tail? So Maui man 1969 says, we have Hawaiian homes and HUD housing here. Section 8 housing. We have self-housing programs. Oh, I never heard of self-housing. What is that, Maui? Daisy Mitchell. My husband was on the force, served as a reserve police officer in Maui. He still cannot get approval to carry. What? Yeah, that's messed up. Yeah, Keeves. Hopefully, I'm going to try. I'm going to try my best, that's for sure. Nick Masakatani, what's up, my G? It's a solid dude right there. Thanks for checking in, Nick. I always appreciated you, bro. Even from, I remember when you came and spoke, you were, when I was in academy, you came and spoke. That's the first time that I saw you. You taught my class, and you were super cool. And then when I was in Fort Watson, you set up my computer. And then always mad cool to me. Like that was great. You were always a good dude, Nick. I appreciate you, bro. I've been watching you out with that fishing boat. Congratulations on that fishing boat, Nick. Solid dude. Anything you need, Nick, I got you, bro. Thanks for coming through. Manny Mo, not enough people want to keep the culture going. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know if not many people want to. I feel like there's plenty of people that want to. I feel like people feel hopeless, Manny. I feel like people feel hopeless, and the new generation of people with social media and the internet, they don't have the same drive. I think they want it though, Manny. I think they want it. I think they're fed up. Maui Man 1969 says, in Hana, they help you build a house, but you need to help build a house. Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. That's in Hana. You go into Hana, you stay in Hana, you know what I mean? Lakota, crazy horse. Laura, I love the Lakota. I read so many books, you know. Thank you for coming through. And that may be one of the most beautiful names I've ever seen, Lori Spotted Tail. I'm so honored that you came to the feed. Daisy Mitchell, well, I'm glad that you do. I'm glad you came through. Keeps and trees. You may be right. I'm not saying they're not. I mean, keep in mind, we were annexed. By we, I mean Hawaii. Hawaii was annexed, and Hawaii is the 50th state. But what I'm trying to say is, from a court's perspective, I've read the documents. It was a temporary document. Now, it was also a scam. You know what I mean? I mean, they locked the queen up. The princess, sorry. They locked the princess up. I mean, they were scamming her, but I'm saying, like, from a contractual perspective, it was temporary. The actual contract stated that this is until Hawaii can rise up a government that can handle itself. Crazy Horse was a relative. What a crazy story. No pun intended. I mean, seriously. That's so awesome. Lori, if you're on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, just hit me up. And man, I'd love to connect. I'd love to learn more about the Lakota. Jam, you're right. Sheep and the goats. stoked on your videos, man. Come visit us when this COVID stuff is over. Let's get you on some fish. Nick, you have no idea I want to get on some fish. That boat is crazy though, bro. I don't know how you just stumble on a boat like that. You must be living good right now. Nick would always hook me up. He'd always send me emails and give me intel. And then the police department, one thing that there's a dynamic in the police department, because even in the same department, like even in the Honolulu Police Department, even though we got 8 districts and we got like 28 divisions, just amongst patrol, people didn't share information very much, because a lot of times policemen cut each other's throats with intel. And so if you're trying to work a case or you got a guy and you're learning stuff about him and he's a person of interest, you can't just tell anybody, because they'll go squeal or they're loose-lipped. So if I was looking for a guy that had $100,000 warrant, I'm looking for him for 3, 4, 5 days. I'm not just asking everybody, where's this dude at? Because eventually it's going to get back to him and he's going to know I'm looking for him and he's going to disappear. He's going to go live with his mom and Papa Kolea for 3 months and I'm going to forget about him. But some guys you could trust, and Nick was one of those guys. I could tell Nick what I was working on. He would tell me what he was working on, and if I asked for information, he'd give it to me. And man, that goes so much. And loyalty is so important to me. So I appreciate you, Nick. Maui man, yeah, our land got stolen. That's a fact. Yeah, Maui, you can find him at Doug Korenic on Maui, or on Maui, on YouTube and on Instagram. It's Doug Korenic, the same as my TikTok profile. Coconut wireless, yeah. We call it coconut wireless. For those of you who aren't in Hawaii, coconut wireless. It's when you tell one person and everybody else finds out. And the department got its own coconut wireless. Good night, Anna. Thank you so much for coming through. I really appreciate you. From day one, you guys are out here. I got my day one homies out here. Selena, Anna, Kim, Jam C, Manny Mo. I remember day one when I did my first fireside chat, you guys came through. I'm gonna stick around for 3 more minutes because I'm gonna have to clean up my house. I'm gonna try to keep an eye on this Breonna Taylor stuff. I wanted to be here so that anybody who was wondering, see, especially in Hawaii, people don't get the same info, and they don't pay attention to the same sources. In Hawaii, like, there's its own local culture, so you're watching local news and things like that. And Hawaii's got its own stuff going on, its own music. Like a radio station, you listen to Hawaiian music. And by Hawaiian music, I mean music of the islands. It doesn't have to be Hawaiian music. It could be pop music, but done by, people of Hawaii. So they listen, they're kind of in a bubble. And so, because it's a better bubble than just about anywhere else in the world. Like, if you got Hawaii, so amazing. Like, wow, there's almost no reason to care about anywhere else when you're in Hawaii, because it's amazing. And people got plenty stuff they got to worry about, like making enough money, their jobs, whatever. So I wanted to get on here in case people were wondering about the Breonna Taylor case. That's what this was for. But I always love kicking it and just talking about Hawaii and talking about whatever you guys want to talk about, because I appreciate you guys for coming through and hanging out with me. And so whatever this turns into, like, I always have an agenda, like to come on here and I have to come up with a title and whatever I think is going to be relevant, what people want to talk about, but you never really know. So I'm glad we got to hang out. Selena, thanks for coming through. I know Kim's always got that intel. Much love, Jancy. Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. I've sent my family your link. My great-granddad was the sheriff in Kona. No way. What an awesome story, Daisy. My brother just retired from the force. Seen a lot. I bet you did. Well, thank you for coming through, and I really appreciate your brother and your dad, or your great-granddad. Sheriff in Kona. Great-granddad? That must have been like the 40s. Dang. Yo, so your great-granddad was probably a police officer during Pearl Harbor. I wonder what that was like for the cops. I mean, it was Kona, it was Big Island, right? But Hawaii didn't know what was going on. We didn't know if Hawaii was being invaded at the time. What a crazy story, Daisy. Thanks for telling me that. Thanks, Keys and Trees. I appreciate you for coming through. Thank you. Have a good evening. Blessings, everyone. Thank you, Lori Spotted Tail. I'm so glad you came through. Please connect. Send me a message on Insta or TikTok or Twitter, Facebook. Come through, and I wanna learn more about the Lakota. Thank you, Kim. I will. Stay safe. I won't forget my prayers, I promise. Chris Goins, 194. About to log off, Chris. Thanks for coming through. We're wrapping up. I appreciate all you guys for coming in. It means a lot to me, and it was good times. I just ask everybody pray for the people in Louisville and the police department. And I know they're going through crazy stuff right now. I hope nobody else dies tonight. That would be a sad move. If you want to know more about me or about the channel, you can go ahead and click on the videos on YouTube. Those of you on TikTok, you can go to my YouTube channel. I have a link in my bio. You can watch my podcast. Episode 1 and episode 2 are up right now. I'm working on episode 3, but it'll show my process with the Honolulu Police Department. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Maui 1969. I appreciate you. Aloha, all my friends. Liko Nobriga coming through. I wish you would have chimed in a little bit, Liko. Bennett, thank you. Amanda. Love your podcast. Keep doing what you're doing. I will. Thank you, Amanda. That's really kind of you. I appreciate you guys. Ricardo Rodriguez. 785. Thanks for coming through. Aloha, Maui Man 1969. I appreciate you. Boogie Hara. Right on, brother Doug. Have a good night. Aloha and stay safe. Aloha, my bro. Mahalos for coming through. But I got a helle. I'm being summoned. Next time, Liko. Thanks for coming through. All right, guys. Dallas, Texas. Are you a police officer? I was a police officer in Honolulu. My grandmother's name was Roberta Rodriguez. It's very similar to Ricardo Rodriguez. Matt Kapu. Thanks for coming through, Matt. Maui Man 1969. Hey, hit me up on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. And next time we're in Maui, we're hui. Go get some food or whatever. I'll bring the fam. Right on, everybody. I appreciate you guys. Aloha. See you next time. I just logged off TikTok. Tasha Kanuha. Thank you, Tasha. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Hopefully I can get another one out there. Ooh, Everett just hit me up. Maui Man 1969. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you, man. Aloha, Liko. Thanks again for coming through. Sorry I missed you. Sorry I couldn't have got you earlier. But it's getting late out here. I'm gonna start doing this more so live. I had to get this all set up. I needed to upload a new browser and all that stuff. So now I'm all set up. I'll start doing some fireside chats. We'll just be able to kick it again, talk story, and we're gonna get through this together, guys. Especially for my people in Hawaii. Tasha Kanuha. No updates on the corruption. However, I heard that Mike Buntenba, his case was today. He had something today. I think it was a bail hearing or something, but I don't know. I got to look that up. So I'll keep you guys informed. I promise. Thank you guys. Thanks, Tasha. So let me know, guys, what times are best for you for the fireside chats. I'll probably do them. I put my kids to bed 8:30 till maybe 9 or whatever. So I'm thinking like 9:30 my time, which Hawaii time is like 5:30. I'm sorry, 3:30 p.m., 4:30 p.m., depending on daylight savings time. So let me know. Mahalo, Tasha. Mahalo, Kimo. Appreciate you guys. All right, I'm going to log off. Aloha, friends.